Something big just happened inside the Social Security Administration, and if you rely on benefits in any way, you need to hear this from start to finish. Overnight, with no warning, Social Security approved a permanent raise that changes every check moving forward. Not temporary, not a pilot program, not another Washington announcement. This is real, it's active, and millions of Americans are waking up completely confused about why this happened, how it happened, and exactly how much more money they're about to receive. Before I break this down, I want to hear from you right now. If this permanent raise actually helps you, even a little, what part of your budget would it impact first? Rent, groceries, medicine, utilities? Tell me in the comments so I know what people are dealing with across the country. Now let's get into what just happened, because this was not rolled out like anything we've seen in the last decade. There was no press event, no leak to the media, no early warning from lawmakers. Instead, late last night, hidden deep inside an administrative release, a single sentence confirmed that a new calculation formula has officially taken effect. And that formula doesn't just adjust benefits for inflation. It raises the baseline permanently for everyone currently on Social Security and everyone who will retire in the future. There's another angle most people aren't thinking about yet, but you absolutely should. This permanent raise affects more than just your monthly deposit. It changes how Social Security evaluates long-term retirement security in the United States. For years, analysts have warned that seniors were falling behind faster than the system could keep up. The cost of basic necessities has climbed at a pace that traditional COLA increases never truly balanced. This new formula is essentially an admission that the old model wasn't working. And whether the government says it out loud or not, the numbers speak for themselves. But here's where it gets interesting. When the baseline shifts, every future adjustment grows from a higher starting point. That means if you're already receiving benefits, this raise compounds over time. If you're not retired yet, your projected benefits grow faster than the old formula allowed. And if you're younger, maybe in your 40s or 50s, this change will follow you for the rest of your working life, affecting your final retirement numbers decades from now. And once again, before I go deeper into this, scroll down and tell me what you've seen so far. Did your deposit show a different pending amount? Did you get a message inside your SSA account? Or are you still waiting for your numbers to update? Your comments help me piece together how this rollout is hitting people across different states, because right now, there's no official timeline. We're learning this in real time, together. Now, one thing that's already causing confusion is the way some news outlets are handling this. Because there was no big announcement, some reporters are calling it a technical adjustment or a routine recalibration. But anyone who actually reads the SSA documentation knows there's nothing routine about this. Routine adjustments don't increase permanent baseline benefits. Routine adjustments don't alter the wage indexing structure. Routine adjustments don't impact every category of beneficiaries at once. This is a fundamental structural shift, whether they want to label it that way or not. And the truth is, a lot of people who depend on Social Security don't have time to decode government language. They don't have hours to read federal documents or track policy trends. They need clear, simple answers. Did my payment go up? How much did it go up? And will it stay that way? That's why I break these things down in plain English. You shouldn't need a law degree to understand the money you depend on every month. Another area this raise will influence is Medicare. Most people don't realize how connected these systems are. When Social Security formulas change, Medicare premiums and thresholds often shift right behind them. Higher income calculations can impact IRMAA brackets, deductible structures, and eligibility thresholds. It doesn't mean premiums will rise immediately, but it does mean the Medicare system will have to adjust to the new baseline at some point. That's why staying informed now matters. These changes don't happen in isolation. And let's talk about the millions of seniors who are still working part-time or full-time. If you're earning income while collecting benefits, the earnings test rules apply to you. Adjusting average wage indexing doesn't just affect retirement calculations. It could influence how earnings are counted or phased in. Nothing has been clarified yet, but any long-term formula shift usually produces ripple effects in how the SSA evaluates outside income and annual limits. Let me pause here for another quick CTA, because the feedback you give really helps shape these videos. Go to the comments and tell me this. If you could change one thing about Social Security besides the payment amount, what would it be? Faster processing times? Better phone support? Clearer communication? A simpler online system? I want to know what people actually need fixed, not what Washington says they're fixing. Now, let's get back to something many people are quietly worried about but aren't saying out loud. Why now? Why did this change happen with no warning? Why update formulas in the middle of economic uncertainty? Why bypass Congress? This feels too strategic to be random. Some economists believe the administration is trying to stabilize long-term retirement projections before larger structural reforms happen. Others think this was pushed through quietly to avoid political backlash. And some say the government had no choice. If they didn't act soon, retirement numbers wouldn't keep up with real living conditions. Whatever the reason, it's clear this wasn't spontaneous. It was planned behind closed doors, executed quietly, and released in a way that minimized public attention. And that means there's more coming. Changes of this scale never stop at phase 1. Whether that next step is positive or negative is what we'll find out in the weeks ahead. There's also the question of how states will respond. Some states offer supplemental programs tied to federal benefit levels. If Social Security goes up, those programs may adjust too, but not immediately. States operate on their own timelines and budgets. So depending on where you live, you might see secondary changes to SNAP benefits, rental assistance calculations, Medicaid thresholds, property tax programs, utility credits, or low-income support programs. That's why it's important to pay attention not just to your federal benefits, but also to your state and local programs in the coming months. And speaking of budgets, there's something else I want you to watch for. Anytime the government increases long-term obligations, somebody in Washington eventually starts talking about offsets. That could mean tightening eligibility rules, adjusting retirement age proposals, changing tax brackets, or creating new funding mechanisms. We don't know what's coming yet, but you can bet that policymakers are already doing the math behind the scenes. Now, before I wrap this up, I want to ask one more thing from you. Go to the comments and tell me whether you believe this change was done to help seniors or to help the government. There's no right or wrong answer. I just want to see what people are thinking. When a change of this size shows up without warning, people naturally start asking questions, and your thoughts help me understand where the public stands. Here's the bottom line. Whether this raise feels small, significant, overdue, or confusing, it's permanent. It's part of the formula now, and it affects every single beneficiary, current and future. That means your financial future, your retirement timeline, and your long-term stability have all been reshaped overnight. And because no one explained this publicly, millions of people are left trying to understand what just happened and what comes next. That's why I'm here, and that's why I'll keep digging into every update, document, and change that comes out of the SSA over the next few weeks. I'll break it all down clearly, without jargon, without political spin, and without burying the truth under confusing language. If you want me to make a follow-up video showing exactly how to check your updated benefit amount, or if you want a breakdown of how this new formula works in simple English, just tell me in the comments. I make these videos for you, and I'm here to make sure you're never left in the dark about your own benefits.